Welcome to the Random Ass Podcast. I'm your random asshole, Christopher Steele. The other one,
I'm the other random asshole, Steele-Rhoads, on phone.
Via phone.
Because weather is shit right now.
So, we didn't have an episode last week because the weather was crappy last week. And we didn't have a backup.
But we're not going to miss 2 weeks in a row because that's not how we roll.
Right. I'm going to start by saying about wrestling. Did you happen to catch the NXT UK?
Yes, I did.
Takeover?
That was friggin' amazing, dude. That was an amazing show.
It was actually really good. The only problem I had was Mustache Mountain didn't win.
Right?
Like, oh, come on.
It was good. It was overall a good show, though.
Right. I kind of skipped one match.
Which one? The no DQ match?
Yeah, I saw the end of that.
It was a good match. It was really surprising how well that match was.
I saw the ending of it. Oh, like, that's all I really needed.
Yeah, pretty much. It really is all you needed of that episode or of that match.
Finn Balor showed up. I'm like, wow.
I thought that was pretty cool to be able to use him to help get the company over.
So, talk a little bit more on wrestling. The reason from what I heard, the reason why they took Braun out and put Finn in is not because of his injury. It's more because they're not taking the belt away from Lesnar.
That's not what I heard at all.
Huh?
That's not what I heard at all. He said that his doctor wouldn't clear him for in-ring competition because
that's why I kind of figured, but they don't want.
And Finn was handpicked by Brock, and I don't know why. They haven't said one way or the other why, but he was handpicked by Brock, so I don't know what that's gonna.
I don't know. But what I heard was that they didn't want. They really, with Braun actually on a hot streak, they didn't need him to lose to Brock again.
Pretty much, and that's exactly what would have happened.
Right. Because they're not taking the belt away from Brock right now.
Anytime soon.
Probably not till WrestleMania. And my last comment on wrestling is those women's tag team titles actually look great.
They really do. That's the same thing I said.
I'm like, wow, those look amazing.
They look different. That's what I like. They don't look like the tag team titles rehashed. They don't look like the women's titles rehashed. They don't look like the Universal title rehashed. It's completely standalone. I love it.
Right. And I like the Elimination Chamber for Tag Team Elimination Chamber for the titles.
Right. First ever women's tag team elimination chamber match.
Isn't it pretty much the first ever tag team?
No. Remember they had the tag team match with like the Lucha Dragons and the Ascension and New Day. Because they had just built a new, I think it was either at the last Elimination Chamber or the one before it. They had an all-tag team.
I don't really recall that. Probably 2 years ago.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's what it was. Because it was definitely...
Because last year was pretty much just major titles.
Right.
Or the major spots. Because Bush was complaining about having to defend her title. when Brock didn't.
Right. Well, it wasn't 2017.
2016
they didn't do one in
maybe?
2016, so it had to have been the 2018 one.
I don't really recall that. It don't matter. I like the idea, but it being an elimination chamber, it should actually be an elimination tag.
It should. It should be.
It shouldn't be one of them is eliminated. They're both eliminated.
Yeah, it should be a elimination style is about the way to describe. Yeah.
But it don't matter. I still see Sasha and Bailey winning it.
Right. Oh, it was 2015. It was a 2015 Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
It was New Day, Primetime Players, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, The Ascension, and Los Matadores. That's right, because they had the midget spot with El Torito.
Okay.
And I know one of the Lucha Dragons went to get up on top of the one pod, and the New Day grabbed his feet. That's the one thing that was distinctly memorable, is like Kofi and Xavier hanging onto the feet of frickin' Kalisto so he couldn't jump off the pod.
All right, so that should be enough of wrestling for now.
Right.
Hopefully you get over here next week.
Right.
Because
Royal Rumble weekend.
Yep, we got NXT Takeover Phoenix on Saturday, and then the Royal Rumble Sunday.
Hell yeah.
Gargano gets a title match against Ricochet.
Ooh, that would be good. That'd be real good.
Right. And then Black gets his title match. And then Bianca Belair gets women's title match.
That's going to be so good.
I actually think the Royal Rumble should be good this year.
Yeah, it's going to be a good weekend.
So, my thoughts were what the WWE could do is what Ruby Riott win the Women's Royal Rumble
and have the other two
have the other two win have the other two win the tag team title, women's tag team titles.
That'd be awesome as hell, dude. I would not mind that.
But I really see Sasha and Bailey winning it.
Right. It does make most sense.
Yep. That's why they kept them together, because they knew that they were going to introduce these titles.
Right. Which is a good idea. They have enough women to do a good tag division and singles division if they just put them all together.
I'm guessing that tag team titles will. If you're tag team champions, you'll be able to go to either show.
Probably.
Because it's 3 from each show.
But they were only introduced on Raw. They were mentioned on SmackDown.
But there's 3 from each show.
Yeah, it could be like the winner of the match takes it back to their show. I hope it's not like that. I hope it
right.
To
it should be
bigger.
It should be like the titles used to be before Brock Lesnar won the title. the WWE title, because when the champions went to each show.
Right, right. Now, see, on Wikipedia, it's already got two teams down, where everywhere else doesn't have any teams down. They're saying Sasha Banks and Bayley and Nia Jax and Tamina are two of the Raw teams.
Riot
the third one
Squad.
would have to be Riot Squad, yeah.
Riot Squad says that they'll use the Freebird rule if they win.
Screw that. Use the Lucha House Party rule.
They said they got rid of that rule. The Lucha House Party rule.
Well, I'd bring it back.
They'll use the Freebird rule.
Oh, no. See, what happened was the Revival got a petition started and signed by all the other tag teams to have Lucha House rules banned. That's what happened. See, there's some of the stuff that happens on the internet that they should put on TV. It would make entertainment, you know?
Right.
I would have loved to see the Revival going around trying to muster up tag teams to sign this Lucha House rule ban. It would have been hilarious.
No, probably not, because nobody else wanted one of those rules used against them.
Exactly.
So everybody would sign that.
Yeah, but the humor would be in, like, people going, well, I don't like you guys, but you do have a good point. You don't have to tell us you don't like us, dicks. Jesus. I'm trying to do you a favor.
All right.
You know?
So, I just got done watching a couple shows for the week.
Okay.
And they started the second season of Star Trek Discovery
How's that going?
this week. I like it, but I like the first season too. The only thing is, right now, acting captain of the Discovery is Christopher Pike.
Oh, shit, son.
Yeah, he took over for the time being.
That is wild, man.
And it looks like Michael Branham, the main character, will be searching for Spock this season. He's kind of missing.
So they're just trying to make something totally new, but base it in. Now, is this in our current timeline, like the J.J. Abrams timeline, or is this in...
Neither.
Oh,
it's a third timeline.
Oh, nice. See,
as far as I can tell, it's a third timeline. Because it takes place before the
original series.
Huh?
The original series.
Before any of the series or the movies. Before the new movies.
And so it's definitely before the initial pilot that had Pike.
That's hard to tell.
Spock was a part of the team at that point.
Yes, so that's hard to tell.
Not really. If they're searching for Spock...
He took leave of absence from...
Oh. So it
the
could
Enterprise.
be a continuation of that time frame, that timeline.
I don't think so.
You think they will bring a Kirk in eventually?
Probably, but it's like I said, I think it's a whole new timeline, because I never remember hearing anything about an adopted sister of Spock.
I think there is. I think there was mention of her at some point in one of the movies, if I'm not mistaken.
Not the newer ones.
No, it was one of the Next Generation movies, I think. Yeah, Generations even, if I'm not mistaken.
So, why would they wait for them to say that he has an adopted sister?
Oh, well, okay, first things first. Um, they never did mention Spock had an adopted sister. But they're going to explain why she was never mentioned. Which is kind of stupid, because if this is a prequel, then she would have been mentioned.
I think it's a different timeline.
Or if it's not a different timeline and he does have a sister, maybe she dies and it causes some kind of like mental block where he just doesn't want to think about it, doesn't mention it, doesn't talk about it. It's the only thing I can think of. Maybe she's Romulan or some shit.
No, she's human.
Oh, that might be why. He doesn't talk much about his mother either, other than the fact that she is human.
Yeah, but they at least show her, the mother.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right. Probably is a different timeline, because I'm looking at the Wikipedia page right now for Discovery, and there's just a lot of...
And they had a Klingon war in the first season.
Yeah,
so I'm really thinking it's a different timeline.
Yeah. Which is fine. I have no issue with that. If I had an issue with that, then I would not be a Marvel fan or a DC fan.
Right. Well, like a lot of things.
Oh, wait, no. It is in the original timeline, and it's set a decade before the original series, and separate from the timeline, concurrently produced feature films. Like, the new movies aren't a part of it. So I'm thoroughly confused.
Yeah, that don't make sense either.
It happens a decade before the original series.
Right, I get that.
Apparently it's in that original series' timeline, though. Yep. It is in that timeline. So that's dumb.
I think so too. I'm still going with...
Don't retcon that.
I'm still going with this total separate timeline.
That's how I'm going to have to look at it if I'm going to watch it.
That still don't make sense.
It really doesn't.
But other than that, it's a good show.
Well, I can see why it is a good show. Brian Fuller, writer of Deep Space Nine and Voyager, is the damn showrunner, so he's got history with Star Trek. He knows what he's doing.
Even though a lot of people didn't care for it, I don't see it lasting past this season.
It depends on how they do with it. If it ratings-wise, it's doing good for a freaking streaming service show.
I think the ratings are going to drop out because people watched it last year to see what it was about.
Right, and I've seen nothing. Okay, in the reviews or the reception of it, it's like it's a 7 out of 10 on Rotten Apples or Rotten Tomatoes. So that's not that's pretty damn good. 82% approval rating for the first season. It's getting loads of accolades.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. Lots of people are loving on this show. They got a sweet, pretty solid cast.
But I think one of the other reasons I think this might be the last season is because The first 2 seasons were basically paid for by Netflix.
Um,
For the foreign markets, they had to put it on Netflix.
oh, well, then that's probably all the more reason that they'll keep it, because in the foreign markets it's doing great too, so...
Actually, it's not doing as good as they wanted. So they're probably going to drop it. It was paid for. Everything was paid for before the show got made. And a lot of people did have a problem with the show. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm reading right now. Everything's looking like they're aiming for at least 2021. They're not. Yeah. They even said they're not looking to have an endless story. They're looking to get maybe 9 or 10 years out of story.
And that would work out perfectly.
It really would.
To lead up to.
CBS considers the series to be paid for already due to the numbers of new all-access subscribers that the show has drawn in. So CBS is considering it a success for their streaming service. I can't disagree. 9.8 million viewers, that's pretty freaking good for an American market, dude. You can't get that on television.
So, and like I said, it'll
Dude, a 9.8? Vince McMahon would fucking eat his left testicle on Monday Night Raw to get a 9.8, dude.
But
dude, I would cut off my arm on live television for a 9.8. I'm not even in TV.
So, but that would work out perfect. It'd lead up right up to the original series.
Makes sense to me. Makes perfect sense to me. I hope they get as much as this season on, or as much of the show on as possible.
Right.
If anything, I hope it is so successful that CBS is like, you know what? Let's just put it on TV.
They won't do that.
No, they won't, because they're making dude, 9.8 million people watched it on the freaking streaming on the damn app. Dude, any app that gets 9.8 million downloads is a fucking hit. They're not getting rid of this show.
Right. And yeah, it's not going. It's not going to TV. Maybe they'll put it in syndication.
That's what I was thinking. They might do like reruns
In like 5 years.
The first episode is already up for the new season.
Yeah, I know. That's what I just said. I watched it.
I must have.
That's what I was talking about. It. Because it just came out. The second season.
See, they're getting broadcast on regular television in the international markets, so that's freaking great.
They don't have all access internationally.
No. But like,
But that's why they got Netflix.
Well, no, not just. Well, like, there's other countries though that are putting it on television. Like, the French are putting it on their Channel Z. Spain's using Space. Freaking Germany's using a network called Crave to air all this stuff on. So it's not. I mean, it could be worse. They're getting out there.
Right. So, I like I said, I like it. I'm going to continue watching it.
I'm definitely going to look into it.
You caught just a little bit here when I was watched the first season. You're like, oh, you already liked it, what you saw.
Right, and I was like, I don't want to get involved. Not yet. I've got other shit.
You're like, damn it, now I'm going to have to get involved.
Yeah, pretty much. Did you know that there's 4 mini episodes online called Short Treks?
Cool.
It's, I'm trying to figure out how the hell they... It's a spin-off of Discovery and consists of several shorts that utilize settings and characters from that series and the wider Star Trek universe. Okay, let's see who they have in it. Saru from the new series is in one of the episodes. Fucking... I know nobody else. Okay, fair enough.
Alright, so... That show's back. The Orville's back.
Yes!
It came back to the last time you were here. About 2 weeks ago. They played it
It's on
Thursday
Friday
night.
nights, isn't it?
Thursday nights.
Thursday night, that's right.
9 o'clock. So I can watch Big Bang Theory.
Supernatural.
No, I can't watch Supernatural.
Why not?
Because we don't pick up the CW. I gotta watch it the next day.
Maybe you don't pick up the CW.
We don't get the CW on.
It's not Channel 4 anymore?
Yeah, but we don't get Channel 4.
Oh.
Well, if you have a box, you get it. You don't. If
That's bullshit.
if you're using their app, which I have to use with the Roku.
Yep. You don't get a lot. Yeah,
I'm missing CW. That's like the only channel I'm missing.
That is some bullshit.
That's what I said too.
I know they have CW though on Smoke Grill.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's on Free Flicks.
Yeah, probably.
That is a great app for people that have a Fire Stick. They have live streaming channels. They have a shit ton live stream.
Yeah, and it makes all the difference too.
And I was like, ooh, it's got Boomerang.
So what? No, that's good. Boomerang's awesome.
Right. I'm like, nobody has Boomerang. This does.
That's fucking badass, dude. I didn't know that. That's on Fire Stick?
Yeah, if you got Free Flicks.
Free Flicks on Fire Stick.
I'll send you a link. Is in that video I watched quite a while ago. That says it's better than Cody or Terrarium.
I remember that one. Yeah.
I quit watching after so long.
Because we got in there and we're like, we know what we're doing. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, he
We kept rambling on and on and on about shit we didn't care about.
He goes on and on about stuff that you already know about.
Right.
You're like, all right, I already got this. Come on, tell me what I need to know.
Yeah, tell me the information, not about, give me useful information, not useless information.
But I ended up watching it again. And he told about this. He ended up talking about Free Flicks. And I'll send you the link for that video so you can watch. If you want to get a Fire Stick or anything.
I've got a Fire Stick. I just need to get internet and a fucking television that can use it.
But yeah, it is one of the best apps.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. I probably can get it on my phone now that I think about it. Because Fire Stick is an AP or as an Android device.
Right. Yes, the Orville's back though, and that is a badass show.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I was thinking about it. You know, Seth MacFarlane is definitely a stoner.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They've been set in the commentaries of like Family Guy and shit.
Right. He's. You even pointed out that the bag of weed episode of Family Guy. Everything's better with a bag of weed.
Oh yeah. That's Brian.
The end of the episode, they can't come up with anything bad about weed. That's why smoking's bad.
Yeah, exactly. They can take the time to tell us why weed's good, but if you take the time to find out why weed's bad, you're just stuck with nothing.
So there's that thing he wrote and did fucking Ted, and even in the Orville, they smoke weed.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. That must have been introduced in this newest season.
Actually, no, it was introduced in the first season.
Son of a bitch. I'm just gonna have to start the whole show over. I know it.
Because there's an episode where they talk about it. The Seth MacFarlane's character and his ex-wife. They're talking about it, and he's like,
"Oh, that's right. I remember that." She makes the weed reference, and he's like, "Yeah, yeah."
you shouldn't have smoked my high quality, high grade weed.
That's right.
They mixed up each other's weed, and she has a higher quality.
Leaving him in a completely stoned out lurch.
And it's like that's why we're no longer friends with that one couple. And
The weed is wrong.
they're like, oh yeah, I didn't even like. I thought you liked them. No, I thought you did.
No, they just take good weed.
No, the couple, they're like, no. I thought you liked them. No, I thought you did. Well, good. Good thing I fucked that friendship up.
It was like those assholes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh.
I think everything else comes back this week.
Sounds about right after the winter break.
Because
all production is done.
Because The Flash and Supernatural came back last week. So that means the rest of the shows will be back this week. CW shows.
Right.
That's pretty much all I care about.
Yeah, a few shows here and there otherwise, but yeah, it's mostly just the CW Berlantiverse shows. If Berlanti has his hand in it, we have some kind of stake into it, I guess.
Yes.
There's good reason, because Berlanti is DC like Stan Lee, pretty much. No, right. He is the Kevin Feige of DC.
Right. He really is.
If they really wanted to make all the money, they would just put Kevin Feige in control of everything having to do with DC.
Yeah.
Or not Kevin Feige, goddammit, Berlanti.
Yeah.
Because Berlanti cares. You could tell he grew up on the.
But they pretty much have. Because he's not a movie person. Because he tells a bigger story than a movie.
Right. You want to know what happens when he gets involved in a movie, we get Green Lantern, which was a great movie. It was just, you could tell Berlanti was only a producer and not a writer, not a
Right.
director. He didn't have, he had very little to actually do with it other than going, yeah, I like Green Lantern. I can help set you guys up a good story. And they did. I would have loved to have seen a freaking sequel to that with Sinestro and the Sinestro Corps.
Right.
It did not happen. It's bullshit. It's kind of like...
that's because they didn't make their money back.
Right. Now, since the Incredible Hulk technically wasn't a failure, and more of it has been, the Hulk has been in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, why the hell didn't they ever finish off the Brainiac storyline? Like, we saw the dude get infected and his head start getting bigger, and he had that, the Brainiac, like exactly like Brainiac's origin, but they never went anywhere with it.
I don't know.
Brainiac? Mastermind.
Yes, probably
Yeah,
Mastermind.
no,
I don't know.
Brainiac was Superman.
Yes.
Who the hell? Give me a second. I'll find out in a minute.
I'm waiting for the second season of Krypton. That might explain how the hell certain people are born, including a General Zod that came back from the future.
Yeah. Somehow. Miraculously.
And still survives after his dad disappears.
Right. Leader. That's the motherfucker's name. Leader. You remember at the end he's like on the floor and that shit starts dripping on his head and his head starts like pulsating and getting bigger. It was like the mid-credit sequence.
I don't know.
Or no, it was like towards the end of the movie. It wasn't even a post-credit sequence. It was towards the end of the movie. He's exposed to the Hulk drink thing. It's like dripping on his head and it starts making his head like turn green and ripply. Like they never paid that off.
Yeah, but
they never paid off freaking Thaddeus Ross or Thunderbolt Ross either. He's freaking Red Hulk. Damn it.
They are going to pay that off, though.
Are they?
Yes.
Because like
there's talks. There is actually talks of a Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I know, but William Hurt doesn't want to do it. The only other person that has expressed interest was from the original Hulk film, and it was Sam Elliott. So to go from Sam Elliott to William Hurt back to Sam Elliott just to get the Red Hulk in there would really fucking fuck their shit up. I wouldn't mind it because I would love to see Red Hulk, but nobody cared when frickin' War Machine went from Don Cheadle to or went from Terrence Howard to Don Cheadle. Like I noticed, I gave a shit because Don Cheadle was garbage in that role.
Right. But that's a shitty role, anyways.
War Machine wasn't terrible. They never really got him off the ground in the movies. They got him off of the ground as a sidekick. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like, War Machine in the comics is his own standalone version of Iron Man. It's way more badass.
Yeah. He's still a piece of shit.
I shouldn't say way more badass. He's way more Punisher-like. He'll just kill motherfuckers and not care.
Because he's a military man.
Right. Now, see, I'm hoping for the Amadeus Cho version of Hulk at some point.
Maybe.
Because I would love to see, like, the completely geeked-out version. It would be great.
So have you watched the trailer for Far From Home?
Hell yes.
I only heard it. I didn't actually watch it yet.
Oh, you have to watch it. You have to watch it. Like, no bullshit. You gotta, like, you got to watch that, and we're going to definitely do a whole episode about it.
Also,
dude, Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be Mysterio, man.
right. Come on, how scary is that dude? He's got a fucking fishbowl on his head.
I know. I don't think he's a villain, though. That's what's really confusing me, is in that trailer, he does not come off as a villain type at all.
He's got a fishbowl for a head.
In the comic books, yes. In the comic books, yes. I don't think that that's going to happen in Far From Home. It looks more like it's less of a fishbowl and more of a what the hell would you call it? Like synthetic. What the hell would you call it?
It's a giant fishbowl.
No, it's a hologram. It's a hologram around his head. Like you can see his face, and then it like morphs shit around his head, like changing his. It's not the fishbowl look.
I don't know. He has a giant fishbowl for his head.
The character Mysterio has a fishbowl, technically. But if it was bulletproof glass, then it's a perfect helmet because you get full sight, and you can get shot in the head, and no one really notices.
Nobody would notice if you got shot in the head anyways, because it's Mysterio.
Right?
Nobody cares.
Hold on. Mysterio's fishbowl helmet confirmed from Spider-Man Far From Home. So we will be getting the fishbowl helmet. Yes.
He's got a giant fishbowl for his head.
You know
what the fuck is that?
I think it would be hilarious if Klaus from American Dad was Mysterio. It just in some kind of offshoot thing where the fishbowl literally just has a fish in it.
Right.
Connected to the body. See, I'm thinking Mysterio's not going to be the villain in this. Because they showed him in the trailer, and the script mentions that Chameleon is going to be in the movie. So you really can't switch Chameleon and Mysterio out. They have two totally different stories, but they were two villains who didn't particularly like each other, so I can see Mysterio starting off as a good guy.
We're starting off as a bad guy and becoming a good guy?
Becoming a good guy. Yeah, either way. Like, I can see it shifting around.
Maybe. But there's been other movies where people didn't like each other, but they liked Spider-Man less.
Yep. Spider-Man 3, Venom, and Sandman. Did you see that Audi has spoiled the Endgame?
No.
Part of Endgame, yeah. They've revealed how Iron Man gets saved. So, spoiler warning. It's Rocket. Rocket Raccoon is the one that makes the save. Because Audi has released a virtual reality game called Rocket's Rescue Adventure, and it is literally you as Rocket driving a ship through space to go save Iron Man.
Do you think like Iron Man, Captain America, maybe Thor, I don't know about that, will die at the end?
I think it's okay. I'm thinking what's going to happen is Captain America is going to die, and it's going to cause Iron Man to retire. That way, both characters leave. Captain America gets his full story told from beginning to end. Getting frozen in the ice, coming back, and finally dying. When about damn time. It affects Tony Stark to the point where he's just like, you know what? We have other heroes. If I'm needed, they'll come get me. But I'm not needed because we have this entire, they got Spider-Man and the whole plethora people that are still going to be heroes
What about
that
Thor?
actually have powers. Thor, I think Thor's going to stick, probably go back to Asgard or start a new Asgard on Earth and hand over the Stormbreaker to someone else to be Thunderbolt or Thunderstrike.
Right.
And Marvel has already said that they're not opposed to doing a female Thor, doing the
Jane Foster.
Jane Foster Thor, and that was the only way that frickin' Jane, the girl playing Jane Foster,
Was going to come
Natalie,
back.
was going to come back as if she was going to be Thunderstrike. So
Or the
Jane Foster Thor,
Jane Foster Thor.
right? Which I could see that totally happening. I would give Natalie Portman the role. Hell yeah,
Right.
in a heartbeat. Wouldn't even think twice.
I'd rather see Thunderstrike.
See, me too. And you know who I think should play Thunderstrike?
Who?
Charlie Hunnam.
Jax?
Yes, Jax. He looks just like fucking Thor, except he's about 6 inches shorter, which is about the exact description of Thunderstrike. Looks just like Thor, but about 6 inches shorter.
Well, we'll wrap it up because we're running long.
Okay, cool.
We're running at 46 minutes right now.
Yeah, that's about right.
But we didn't have an episode last week, so.
We're kind of doubling up.
Yeah. So, until next time,
Like,
share, subscribe, comment.
Comment.
Tell your friends.
Tell your enemies.
Tell your frenemies.
Enemies.
And
Until next time.
until next time, peace.